Hey, before I get into everything else, I just want to. My main reason for coming on live tonight, and I know most people only see the first 10 seconds or so of these streams, but I've just released two new episodes on the Aussie Local and Live podcast. One is a chat with a guy called Barry Bull, an amazing man who he was the head of CBS before it became Sony Music in Australia, and he broke or helped break artists in Australia like Meatloaf and Billy Joel, and he has a lot of great stories around that. He also was the owner of Toombul Music, one of Australia's biggest music stores, which also he was the first guy to bring out artists like Cliff Richards, John Denver, a pile of big artists to appear in shopping centres. And these days, he's a well-known international speaker and author. Have a look at his chat. If you whatever platform you're looking on here, there will be a link to that chat. So please go there. And when you go to that link, please either follow or subscribe, whatever you're on. Dan Whittam was the other guy I've put the episode up. Dan's a local musician who's doing a great job also, besides his performances, of using his music to help in the aged care sector. And he's also running a pile of events he does with open mics and other events for helping local artists learn how to get into the game. So check out my chat with Dan. I really enjoyed it. We're going to do more with him. He's got some events coming up, which is going to be great. Anyway, that's the intro, the main reason for doing it. The rest of this time is, I don't know, I just felt like it's Monday night and I should jump on. My life's changed quite a bit recently, and I'm spending a lot more time on my own and focusing very much on what I'm doing with my music and just trying to develop this little podcast. But one of the things I've noticed is I've been, hang on, there we go, camera's back. One of the things I've been noticing is I've been sort of spending more time by myself is you become aware of how many moments in the day are just wasted through irrelevant noise, whether it's on your phone or on the TV or just around you and getting hit by stuff that just doesn't affect your life at all. And I think there is real value in finding benefits in spending time by yourself thinking, just being in your own head, being in your own space, being comfortable in that space. And yeah, I'm actually enjoying that little process in the sense at the moment. But also working on these stuff. Now, I've got about 20 episodes up on my Aussie Local and Live stuff at the moment. So please check them out. I'm trying to make sure I get 2 episodes up each week, and I've got some really cool people coming up. But one of the things I'm really interested in doing, as well as talking about my local music industry and artists and stuff like that, I want to start capturing more stories about our local towns and our local communities. So if you're seeing this in regional Australia, or if you're watching this and you know a friend in regional Australia who connects to their historical society or to their local guy who was like a legend because he was like the Artie Beetson of their local town or something or whatever. I'd love to capture a lot of those stories. So please just email, message me and all that stuff. I should have put some of the, hang on, let me go. What have I got here? Bada bing, bada boom. What do any of these? Let's see what this. No, I need probably one of these. No, I'm just going to do a new one up here. So hang on for a sec. Where is it? Okay. I click on that thing, there we go. Contact me at Aussie Local and Live at gmail.com. That's a bit fast. Let's slow that down a bit. There we go. I'm just learning all this stuff. It's fun. I'm enjoying doing it. Like been enjoying working with a video editing program called DaVinci Resolve. I'm just working out how to do little promo videos and stuff. It's yeah. For an old dog to be learning new things, it's not too bad. And by the way, Happy New Year, everybody. I have no idea how many people watch this stuff or anything, but if you are watching, in the chat, CHAT, in the chat section, please send me a message, and maybe we can have an online text chat, or I can send you a link and we can come on and have a chat, whatever you want. We'll figure that out as we go along the way. But I'm wearing this t-shirt tonight, Toronto Maple Leaves. My sister bought me this shirt when she went to Canada, and when I lived in Los Angeles in the 90s, and we did my first album over there, Poetry and Beer. And one of the things I've always been a sports nut. I love mainly football, soccer. I like rugby league, rugby union. I enjoy AFL. I love cricket, mad cricket dude. When I lived in the States, I never really... I enjoy their NFL. I will like their games. I'm not wrapped in it, but I enjoy it. I'm not a baseball guy. I kind of grew up in cricket, and just didn't work for me. Basketball, I played a couple of games at school, and the cardio in that thing's insane. Maybe that was just my condition, but basketball never caught my imagination, because I didn't grow up with it. But it's amazingly skillful, and I get why people love it, but it just wasn't for me. But ice hockey, I got right into. Now, I played ice hockey as a kid for Commercial and Norse, and got a Brisbane representative jersey and all that stuff. But cricket was my main gig, and I got some representative stuff as a kid in that. But hockey I loved. But ice hockey, I really like that in the US, even though I can just basically skate, going to Toombul Ice Centre and having a skate around. But I love the ice hockey. And when I was in Los Angeles, I got to go to the Forum, their main big stadium, and watch the LA Kings play the Toronto Maple Leaves. It's a great memory for me. And my music attorney at the time, Roger Goff, bought me tickets and shouted me to go, and we had a few beers there, and it was just great. But at the time, the LA Kings, they had Wayne Gretzky playing for them, and I got to see Gretzky play. And Gretzky's like the Wally Lewis, the Andrew Johns, the Reg Gasnier, the standout guy of the sport. He was like that for a long time. Today, if in rugby league terms, I don't know if I could compare anyone to that, because there's lots of good players. There's lots of good players within their clubs and with Origin, but not many who dominated the game like Wally or Andrew Johns or the Bradmans of the world. But Gretzky was one of those legends, and I got to see him play. So I won't repeat to what Nathan said, but mate, I'm glad you're watching, and I totally agree with you. I'm very sexy. Mate, do you want? We need to set up a time and we get to have a proper interview and a chat on this thing, if that's all right, because we have lots of things to talk about. There's a mate of mine who's in the music industry who we became good friends through the whole COVID thing, and he's a guy I respect highly, and he's a brother. So I won't bring you on now. I want to set us up for a genuine chat. But if anyone else is watching, please send your message through, and I will place you above my good friend. I've been lining up some other interviews as well over the coming weeks. I've got some really interesting people coming on. I know this thing is a local chat. It's not going out to billions of people, but we're growing it. It's getting there slowly. Mate, they do want to hear from you, Nath. They really do. I've had so many requests to get you one in your bikini, mate, your bikini shorts, if that's all right. And um, you too, mate. You too. Anyone else wants to message me, send something through. This is just a Monday night muck around. I really don't know what I'm doing, but check out my episodes I have put up on this week with Barry Bull and Dan Whittam. And apparently Dan, the poor bugger, he apparently used to come and watch me play in my gigs when he was a youngster. And that one of me and other people around the place that he used to watch inspired him to play music. And all I can just apologize to him. Yeah, mate. No, I'm joking. To be live your life, growing up, waking up every day, and not turning up to work just for the dollar, but turning up to work for the dream that you have in the back of your mind is something that's really worthwhile. It's been a terrible week of news this week. I won't go into the politics of it or whatever, but I'm a big believer in that. One thing we should be able to do is have open and friendly and clear debates, even if we totally disagree with each other. That way we find solutions to everything. And what happened this week was a travesty in that regard, no matter what your politics is. Anyway, I have a tendency to go down a political road with my chats, and I'll do that occasionally, but not in this podcast. I want to just keep this about the things most important to me, which is my local community and especially my local music industry, and then my local gig economy. The gig economy is the people who go out there every day and they're not on contracts or long-term deals, whatever, but they make their living by playing music, doing art, working in a restaurant, serving your drinks, doing all the things that a lot of them, like the people working in the gig economy and the food industry during COVID, were put up as frontline service people, essential service people. And I think anyone who has a soul, musicians are essential service people as well. Art people are. Yeah, there's no reason we like art unless you believe in something bigger than what we are. Art doesn't serve any purpose for fight and flight, but it nourishes our souls. And whatever your take in on what that means, and one day I'll talk about that because I certainly have my own faith and my own belief in what that is, which is a Christian-based faith, but I have a lot of issues with the way a lot of religious centers read the Bible or interpret things. That's another discussion. And on an inclusive note, I think that art plays an important role in nourishing our souls and who we are. Because as I say, it has nothing to do with the fight or flight response. But still, we get so much richness from it. We hear the voice of the I am through art and perfection and the vibrations that creates either visually or sonically. Anyway, as I said, my main reason for coming on tonight is besides rambling, to let you know that I've put up 2 new episodes on my Aussie Local and Live podcast, which you can find on YouTube or Facebook. The episodes are with a guy called Barry Bull, a really major player in our Australian music industry over the last 40, 50 years. 40 years. Sorry, Barry. And with the guy, Dan Witham, who I really like my chat with Dan, and we're going to talk about more things in the future, but he had for a long time, he was playing music on the weekends, and he had a day gig, and he wanted to move to doing music full time. So he thought outside of the box, and he decided he can't survive just off his weekend gigs because they've been crushed down so much. Cheers, by the way. In their dollar value, but so he decided to explore new territories, and he started putting together a bunch of open mic nights where he could create work for himself on the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday part of the week. And along with that, he started putting together events and opportunities for those young artists, or those new artists, not young, but new artists coming through who've just decided to play music, to give them advice on how they get into the game, how they work with agents, how they manage themselves, how they get gigs, all those things. And then he also expanded what he was doing to work with an aged care business by putting on events where people in the aged care scenario get to play music with him. It was just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. There are all these ways that music helps people, which is so valuable. But also there are all these other ways that musicians thinking outside the box can create income streams for themselves. And I've got to tell you, for an old boy who's always made his living out of music, there's no better feeling than knowing that you're making your living by the value you put out there every day. It's one thing to turn up to a gig or to a job and get paid, and maybe you've done your job, you're sort of lost in the whole mash of the whole business working. But if everything you do is based upon how good you perform every day and how much you deliver every day, there's real satisfaction to that. Even if you're not bringing in millions of dollars, you might bring in tens or hundreds of dollars. But if you're actually delivering a service that's providing a value, whether it be in product terms or in spiritual terms through the delivery of music and connecting people and all that stuff, that's a pretty cool thing to do. Anyway, I won't drag on too much tonight. No, thanks for your chats, mate. I haven't any more here yet, but when I go offline, if you've got more things you'd like to share with me, if you'd like to come on and have a chat about your story, email me at Aussie Local and Live at gmail.com. I'll get you on. We'll have a chat. If you especially know someone in a regional centre who would like to have a chat about their local town, their history, some stories about the town that we've never heard before, I'd love to share them with other people. And I've got some interesting things coming up, which I'm lining up myself. So anyway, happy days are here to stay. Oh, hang on. I'll let you know my gigs this week. I don't even know where I am, so hang on. Getting my phone out, my calendar. This Friday night, on September the 19th, I shall be performing at Greenbank RSL. I think it's like about 5 till 8, something like that, before the band comes on. Saturday night, I shall be at Brisbane's East Leagues Club at Greenslopes, Cooperoo. I think I'm there from 6:30 to 9:30, I think it is. It's actually a really cool little club. It's very where I play is actually very intimate, so I like it. On the 21st, I shall be at Village Social at Nunda. Now, this is a really cool little cafe where I play out on the sidewalk. You guys drink on the sidewalk. There's, of course, the little cafe. There's a cafe bar there. I'm not sure what time I'm playing there. Let's have a look. What have we got? It's like 4 till 8 or something. I'll put a post up, 4 to 7, something like that. I'll put a post up letting you know what time I'm playing there. Nunda Village Social. It's run by Dave, really cool Kiwi guy. So come and hang out with me and feel free to buy me a drink. Yeah. Anyway, love you all. I know people see this over time, but please check out my Aussie Local and Live. Check out my Yeah, the gigs I've had, but also the email down here if you have a story to share. But sorry, I'm trying to work it. My mind's lost in working out how to do this stuff. If you want to hear some great music, really good music, if you want to read about a good story, go to my website, nickphillips.com. You get a link to my album. You hear some of my albums there. You get a link to it. You see some of my video clips, and you can read my biography, which is on there, and hear a little bit about my journey. Okay. I shall wrap it up there. Then next week I will be putting up more episodes for my Aussie Local and Live. But most of all, whatever you're doing, have a good evening.